going to talk about following your interests. It's really, really important that you do in life. First of all, I have a quick little game for you all. So I'd like you all to take the wow packs from under your seats again and use your Sky pen to write down three names, just the first names that come to mind for a surgeon, a firefighter, and a professional cyclist. So that's the first name of anybody, just the first name that comes into your head. A surgeon, a firefighter, and a professional cyclist. Put your hands up if you put mainly women's names. No, not many hands there. So what I want to talk to you today about is about really how, as a woman, you can really succeed in any career, and I'm proof of that. And if you put down Laura Trott as your professional cyclist, I'm a cyclist as well. And actually, Sarah Story and Laura Trott are doing so much for cycling when it's such a male-dominated sport. Actually, the picture here is me competing against Sarah Story, and she still beat me. That was at the National Championship. So I have an unconventional background again. I didn't ever want to end up in technology. It was never something that I was really interested in. I'm really going to talk through how I got to where I am. I'm head of strategy and planning for Sky, so I've had a full career in technology now. And it has been a really male-dominated career. I've been one of very few women as I've gone through my life in technology. But back to why I'm in technology to start with. So I'm naturally just a curious person. I like variety, I like doing lots of different things, and I like making connections, particularly making connections with people. So when I was at school, I was never top or bottom of the class. I was just sort of average. I just sort of got through things, and I sometimes like to challenge myself. So I wasn't a straight A student, and I chose maths at A-level because I really, really wanted to succeed at maths, and I thought I could do it, and I did. So I did try and push myself, but I wasn't ever like the best student ever. But what really interested me was language, and I loved French, I loved German, and that led me on to really studying French. I studied French at A-level, I studied French at university, and you wouldn't believe, but that has led me to a career in technology. So my career plans were always short-term. I just followed what I wanted to do. And I went to France. I had to study in France for a year, and later I worked in France. And that was a really, really hard thing to do. I don't know how many of you have lived in different countries, and I'm sure some of you have already. But it's really hard. You're by yourself, and you have to learn to really, really get on with things, make connections with people, and find your skills, and really succeed in those different and challenging situations. Now, what I learned through going to France all by myself was that I had to adapt to my situation. I had to really quickly find friends, quickly find relationships, and adapt to my environment. And part of that was learning the language. And although I'd studied it for years, I felt like I hadn't really properly adopted it. So it was a really hard time. Anyway, when I got back, I went back to university in the UK, and I ended up finding myself in a job in coding because I was looking for jobs, and I went through lots of assessments, and somebody said, well, actually, you'd be really good at coding. It's just another language. So I ended up suddenly finding myself in technology, and it was just another language. Programming is just a different way of communicating. So quickly, I found myself immersed in all sorts of different technology projects. And then a bit later, I took a different career path and found myself recruiting technologists and working with some really senior businessmen. And I found at that stage, people are people. You make connections whether you're in a different culture, whether you're in different businesses, whether you're working at different levels. I'm no longer scared of working with people right at the top of an organisation or right at the bottom. I work with anybody, and I think that's a message for you all. You have to get comfortable with working. Everyone's people. Everyone is a mother or father or sister or brother or auntie or uncle. So that's what recruitment told me. After I left recruitment, I came back to Sky, and I have to say, Sky is a very exciting place to work. What I love about technology is the range of different types of technology that we use every day as customers of Sky, but in your everyday lives. So watching video streaming and watching the development of new social media websites. And I found that it's just that constant variety and that constant learning through technology that I really, really love. Even in a big corporate environment, it's just constantly changing. So what do I think you need to succeed? Well, I think you have to just really pursue what you love doing, and then we've seen all of the great speakers today. So follow your heart, be constantly curious, enjoy change, make new connections with people, and really don't fear failure. So my final question to you is, what are your special interests and how could you apply them to the world of technology? Thank you.